instant.
I had for the rest of the night.
Guess I throw my medicine out there.
And just like that, we're copyright struck.
That way, yeah, right. Justin Timberlake's all breathing down our neck. He's all like, "This ain't MySpace, bitch." Anyway, all right.
That is.
Yeah, I don't have a token for John's guy in here. Okay,
Have a token for John's guy?
not in the Streamlabs, but that's okay. It's good enough.
Oh,
Smart
I
enough
don't.
doggone
So you can
people
put
like
a-
me.
Him in there and yeah.
At least that's what I tell myself so I can sleep at night.
Yeah. No one wants you to sleep at night. You sleep during the day, I thought.
Okay, same thing.
All right. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, wow. We should probably be saying hi to people and stuff like that. What is this episode what, 17 or 18?
14. I hope.
14?
Yeah, I hope.
No,
Is it?
I
I
think.
don't know who's counting anymore.
We lost count. We
Yeah.
lost count. We exceeded fingers to count on, so we have no idea where we're at.
So we chopped off a couple fingers, so now we're at negative episodes. No, I'm just kidding.
Negative episode.
Actually, you can
You're cutting out.
Never mind.
I tried so hard.
The Wi-Fi.
Based on the last YouTube thing, I put session 14, but I don't know what session this is actually. So
Last one was 14, or this is 14?
this one is 14.
This is 14. We're going to go with this is 14.
This is our next continuation of our sessions after 10.
Yes, yes, exactly. So this is, I guess, session 14 of Wilder Beyond the Witchlight. We are currently lost in the forest somewhere, having just defeated some bugbears and saving a, what is he, an elf?
Oh, he's a satyr.
Later.
The satyr, yeah, that's right. You know,
He's one of them. They're fawn
Yes,
fellows.
guess we could do the introduction type thing. I don't know, maybe Elwyn start and work our way back around and see who all we got.
Well, my name is Eris. I'm playing the character of Elwyn.
Yeah. What do you got, Daniel?
Hi, my name is Daniel. I am playing Sir Hopstewart or Mr. Hopstewart or Senor Hopstewart. I don't remember. But that's me.
Oh,
Hello,
Quit.
everyone. I am Quizghoul, and I am playing the rather pugnacious at times, or at least getting to that point, Broken Vrezio.
And of course, we all know Brian's playing everybody else.
No, just I'm playing John's guy today too. So Demimos, is that how he pronounces that name?
Yeah.
Demimos, I believe. Demimos Kakis. And it is he is a bard, a satyr bard. And of course, the guy I'm playing, Brannister, is a summer ladrin, and he is Brannister is also just a fighter, a champion fighter.
Also, contrary to popular belief, I am not playing on the sun. I don't
playing-
know why my window is that bright.
No.
It threw me.
Your unholy proximity to the solar body?
It threw me off the other day because Reski got on, and she's
Do
in
you have a curtain or something that you can put out?
she's in the Czech
Unfortunately,
Republic,
I don't, actually.
and it was
Hold on.
nighttime here, but it was daytime there because she's like 6 hours ahead of us. So
Oh, okay.
That is so bright. It looks like my arm's burning.
yeah.
The power of the sun in the palm of your hand.
That's great. So, um, we had just fought some bugbears. Uh, Reuben had decided that the mantle of leadership bestowed upon him by the, was it blue scarf?
Red.
Red
Red.
Red
scarf?
scarf.
Yes.
It's red. It's supposed to be blue according to the module, but I don't follow the rules. That's why it's red. Um, to yeah, he had tired of that burdensome and cumbersome responsibility and forked it over to Soil, our little goblin friend, who has been nothing but a menace and not even a good comedy relief lately. Um,
Good for getting rid of bodies.
well, I mean, yeah, he does really like bugbear. Apparently, it's a delicacy where he comes from. But we won't go into that now. We are, if I remember right, on our way to try to free Sir Tavlor, the pseudo dragon knight. Yeah,
But he's correct.
trapped the in the cage, suspended from the balloon, hanging from the slanty tower, a local landmark of some repute. So you've completed your task, cleaned up the bodies, and you've spent a little bit of time taking say, a short rest, because you needed it. Um, the perpetual twilight state has darkened to an almost night-like um, radiance, and the clouds have begun to press in, obscuring the little bit of starlight that had managed to show up. Temperature, of course, drops with this, and it gets a little bit chilly. The ground, though still muddy from earlier, starts to get a little stiffer with the cooler weather, making your travel towards the slanty tower a little easier. But you're realizing the trip back has taken longer than the trip there. I mean, granted, you had water to help you, but you're feeling like you should at least be able to see the tower by now. You have yet to be able to. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, is there anything that could indicate why it's taking so long?
Mm, Well, I mean, you did get a ride basically on the way to Telemony Hill from the rising waters. So there's that. Um,
But if even comparatively we're taking a long time to get there,
it,
presumably there's other factors.
it feels that way. It feels that way. You could possibly consider maybe making survival checks to see if you're still on the right path.
That's a two.
Anyone else?
I will. I
Of
will.
course, you're on the right path.
I will try. But
I'm always on the right path.
I was gonna say, would I know where this tower was, being from the Feywild thing, or like
Well,
would I have an idea at least?
Daniel swears you're there. Well, yeah, you do roughly know where it's at, but you also know that sometimes lately the lands have shifted a little bit.
Yeah,
Um,
I would say
and
that's
what
probably the
used to
nature of the
be,
place, kind of.
yeah, and it's gotten worse recently. Um, However, you are able to determine that if you were to head just a little bit more southward in your travel, you would likely be able to see the Slaney Tower within an hour or so, as you expect that there's a hill to the south east, no, southwest of you, because you're heading west. Um, that you believe from the top of you'd be able to see the tower. You can either attempt to go up that way, or you can attempt to skirt the hill, or you can go another way. Doesn't matter to me.
I will. I will inform everybody that that it appears to be that we've kind of veered off the path, uh, or the path has veered off us. Uh, but we need to go a little bit more southward.
Would that be the fastest way to get there?
I knew we shouldn't have trusted that other guy.
It seems so
Always
at the
playing
moment.
his music.
Can I tell how long it is going to be until the moon comes back?
No. Perpetual twilight. Did I just lose everything?
Hope not.
Oh my god, what happened? I don't know what just happened.
Wait,
Yeah,
roll,
I
roll
did.
20 closed down on you.
Everything closed down. I see nothing.
Oh,
Is your computer just progressively crashing?
Who knew what's going on?
melting, melting. What a world! What a world!
Okay. The Discord's back. We got that. Alright, alright.
Oh, he just straight up blue screen.
There we go. There we go. Alright. Alright, I got it.
The
Ah,
blue
I don't know
ring,
what I did, but I
red
fixed
ring
it.
of death, or blue ring of death, like the Xbox 360s used to do, or whatever,
Um,
or blue
The-
screen like the old Windows 3.1.
the, now what was you so pleasantly asking before I just lost everything and got confused? What about the moon?
How long
Yeah.
before the moon comes back?
Oh yeah. The perpetual twilight of it only gives you maybe an hour or so of moonlight in the night. Generally towards the very, midnight-ish or so. Um, your best guess is it's probably late afternoon, so probably 6 to 8 hours before you would see any glimmer of the moon at this point. Makes it a lot easier for you when you got to worry about werewolves. So they only got an hour. They only got an hour. You know what I mean? All right.
I don't think werewolves are going to be an issue for us.
Really? Why don't you say that? There's one
Oh,
right behind you.
I'll take
Um,
it. It sounds fun.
Well, werewolves have never been as good in D&D as they've been in the movies for me. I just don't know why.
The magic of homebrew can make that better. Or just playing a different system.
Right,
That's the
right.
reason why I personally separate werewolves from lycanthropes.
Yeah.
World of Darkness has Werewolf the Apocalypse. That could be an
Love that game. Anyhow. I'm distracted. All right, so you're gonna start heading towards this hill then?
I'm great at describing.
Yep.
Just gotta talk.
Whatever's the
got-
fastest way to get there. Let's just climb up this damn hill and get it over with.
All right. So you start heading. The expectation is the hill is about an hour away. About 45 minutes, you can see the hill that, right there, you can see it. But there, as it begins coming into view, you start to deal with a secondary problem, which is a heavy mist coming up out of the ground as it starts to get quite foggy. You could, at this point, attempt to rush to get to the top of the hill, or you could secure yourselves a camping spot where you're at, or just continue with
Remind
this.
me of the bubbles that initially carried Elwyn and Brubin from the tower in the first place.
No,
Try and get away.
no, it doesn't feel like the bubble situation again. I only need those when I got to get rid of players. When I've lost players. Bubbles are just character get rid of hers. All right. Oh,
Get
I
rid of
say the
hers.
faster we move and get this over with, the better.
that's from the guy with the size 23 feet.
Does anybody have any ideas?
Ruben's just like, let's just get this over with at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, I was.
Should we keep going?
Yeah, sure. Let's
Okay.
let's check along and find out.
You want. As you're getting closer to the base of the hill, the fog gets even thicker. Um, but by the time it's thick enough to really impede sight, you're at the hill and you begin the climb. Well, the climb is a little more difficult than you would like it to be because it's foggy and it's a big hill and there's a lot of rocks and you'll need to be succeeding in either athletics or acrobatics checks or just dexterity checks if you choose to climb the hill without incident. I will take 3 of them. The first one at DC 12, the second one at DC 14, and the last one at DC 15.
Nat 20.
Roll for John. Acrobatics, you said, or is it acrobatics slash athletics?
Acrobatics slash athletics.
Oh, I
Our
thought you
first
said
one.
Dex
Well, I would do
saves.
Brannister
Or
first.
dex. Or dex if you want to go that route.
Okay, Brannister is.
I failed my last one.
Oh,
That
yeah.
first set
The
for
second one.
Brannister failed the last one of that set.
22, 14, 11.
ooh. All right. So,
Quit kicking rocks in my face, damn it.
Oops, hang on. This is for.
Demos.
Oh yeah, Demimos. It says it's
Wow.
his thing in there, but
Yeah.
I forgot to switch the thing. Okay, so
I only
he
need
did
the
rather
first one.
he did okay. 13 for the first one was kind of low, but then 24 and 22.
all right. So, any failed check will result in a point of damage as you slip and fall and scrape your knee or your shin or your hand, whatever it might be. But you do shortly make it to the top of the hill. Little scraped up, but everyone made it. And from there, you can see what appears to be the shadow of the slanty tower off in the distance. Perception checks, please.
Like, okay, I was saying like in the distance further than what we would have thought it
Yep.
was. Okay, that's
Well,
what I thought.
no.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. It is a DC 12, by the way, on the perception.
Perception.
Nice. You
Perception for
Here.
Demos.
low, deep-throated singing in the distance. You can only assume that it's Sir Tevlor singing, a sad song, this ill-gotten fate or something along that line, but you don't recognize the language. What you do recognize is that his singing has caused company. As you see that shapes are moving towards the bottom of the hill, barely visible in the fog.
Great. If we didn't have enough singing already, now there's some more people joining in the singing. Ugh.
It's easy enough to ignore. We can just keep going. I don't think singing is much of a threat.
I've been trying to ignore it all day.
Hasn't been that bad of a distraction so far.
As Demimos is probably back there singing.
Because you have little ears. That's probably why.
My ears are big. They hurt.
I'm not gonna argue with it.
Alright. Let me.
Can I do a perception check to see what type of creatures?
Oh, you may. May. Oh, you're not 100% positive, but you're pretty sure that that looks like a wolf down there.
Hmm. Well, I'm not sticking around to be anybody else's food. And I start walking off
Move
towards
ya.
the planty tower.
Alright, I'm gonna move you here on the same map. Um, the tower will be roughly over this away somewhere. Um, and you do notice that there are a number of wolves in the area. They seem to be heading towards the slanty tower. Um, there is a line of them over here. Get them to appear.
Not seeing any. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I see it.
Is everyone else on the same? Because I'm on a dark map with some glowing tree things. Is that the same map as everyone else?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got a little far to the right.
Yeah.
We're kind of more on the left side of the map.
Yeah.
Well, the other bit is Ruben doesn't have dark vision, so my
Yeah. So we're only seeing like the Ruben's probably only seeing like a few firefly firefly things
Yeah.
or whatever,
Yeah.
or glowy fairy
literally
things.
Ruben's. I barely see the rest of our party.
Glowy
honestly.
glowy fey bugs.
My vision goes out to here, and that's it.
Oh.
Here we can do this. We can do
There?
There's a few lights and everything else, but I
Yeah.
can't see anything.
Oh wow, yeah. So I can see what Ruben sees right now. Kind of. I got it set up to look at that. It's very little. You can see some pinkish, glowy bug things, and that's about it.
We don't need to fight everything that crosses our paths, so I just say that we move past the wolves.
The
They're behind us, they're behind us, right?
They
Where's the
appear to
target?
be skirting the bottom of the hill.
So we'll
And the
just
tower is to the south of the map.
Southwest.
continue trying to head up the hill, kind of.
Alright, alright. I don't have a problem with that. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright. The choice to avoid the wolves is acceptable. And you continue on your way. Probably another half an hour brings you within proximity of the base of the tower. The wolves have circled the tower by the time you get there, and are off in the trees to the distance. You can see their shapes moving in and out of the fog, but they have made no sound or no movements towards the party. Once you get to the tower, you encounter no existence due to the fact that the only thing there is a couple dead snakes that you'd left. The problem is who's going to climb the tower to free the fairy dragon.
Let's see
Um,
who's
I'll-
How high is the tower?
Exactly the most athletic person, so
How
out.
tall is the tower?
I think it was 60 feet. Let me verify. Stats. You weren't here for the tower the first time, so I'll give another read of what it is. Crumbling stone tower rises out of the swamp, leaning at such an angle that it threatens to keel over. Black brambles surround the base of the tower and cling to its lower half, hanging from the battlements. On the lower side of the tower's peak is a large woven basket at the end of a tangle of ropes and tattered fabric. The basket dangles 30 feet above the surface of the swamp. The tower is 50 feet tall and 20 feet in diameter. True north bottom on the side opposite where the basket is hanging.
I will. I will like pull my rope out of my backpack and I will say, I can try to climb it, but um, but good Sir Bruben, could you do that trick that you do with the the thing with your arm where you just up there with the stuff? You know?
I think he wants you to catapult your hand up there to
and, it,
if
and
it,
and we could tie this rope around your arm.
is that something you're capable of or even want?
My hand grip only works off of my own strength. However, if we had a grappling hook or something like that, perhaps that would be easier to do. In that sort of sense, I could make sure that it actually was connected strongly, firmly.
Or better yet, why don't we just pull a ladder out of a backpack or make some magic stairs?
You can do that?
No, I can't do that.
Oh,
Crabby gets crabbier and crabbier every
Question.
episode.
I have what kind of toolkits do I have on hand? I was gonna see if I could actually use the clockwork parts to maybe turn the gears and use the gears, make some sort of hook to actually make some form of grappling hook that we can launch.
Okay. What's your primary stat as a um
As an artificer, intelligence.
intelligence? All right, all right. Why don't we go with an intelligence check of some form then? Let's just go with a straight intelligence roll.
Can Bruben offer help? I've got a crowbar in my inventory. Maybe that could improve the item itself.
Yeah. I mean, you could try that. Sounds like a wonderful idea. That would give him advantage. My fault. Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah, I'll
about
look
20
at that.
on with the advantage, so that's 24 total.
So with Ruben's help, you figure out a way to use the crowbar and the gears that you've acquired to create a grappling hook of some sort.
I will
And
replace
this,
the clockwork piece in my inventory with makeshift grappling hook.
okay, I like it.
I'm moving crowbar from my inventory.
All right. So who's going to try to throw the crowbar up there is the question.
You want to catapult it? Are you able to? Does that take a spell slot?
Well, since we actually had a short rest, I was able to do an arcane recovery. I've got a couple of spell slots back.
Do you want to spend one of them on this? Or do we want to just try throwing it?
May as well. Yeah, if someone wants to try throwing it first, we can do that. And if it doesn't work, then we'll go ahead and shoot it with catapult, which has a range of 90 feet, incidentally.
Okay. Which is more than enough. I mean, you only need 30 feet. So who wants to try the throw then? Let's start there.
I can try to throw it. Brannister can.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and allow that to be an athletics check versus DC 14.
All right. As long as I can roll good, then I should be doing pretty decent. Yay! 25.
Yeah. Go. All right.
I rolled it
So-
as Demimos, but it was me.
All right. You throw the grappling hook. It hooks to the side of the basket, to which interrupts your travelers, whatever his name is, singing, and you hear him go, "Ah, who's there?"
It does.
What?
We have the key.
It's your fairy godmother.
You found the key. Oh, I'm saved. Tell me you have some biscuits or some corn. I'm so hungry.
I might still have some rations.
Anything would work. Really hungry. I've been here for days.
Well, there we go. Okay, so how high up is the cage now that we got the grappling hook going?
30 feet.
30 feet only?
Only 30 feet up.
So we should be
Bruben
able
looks
to
towards
climb that pretty easy then.
Bruben looks towards Elwyn real fast and just says, I just realized something.
Hmm?
Might I have the key?
Yes, I hand it over.
As Bruben holds the key in his hand, a ghostly spectral hand floats the key up using Mage Hand.
Problem is you can't see the cage from down there.
No, but we can make sure that the pseudo dragon gets the key.
Okay.
Just brilliant idea. What else are we gonna do to waste our time? Making grappling hooks and crowbar. Why don't we just ask the wolves to come over here and start gnawing on us?
I mean, we can use the grappling hook again in the future if we have to.
No, that is true. That is true. And Sir Hopslot does have a point. Rabbits are very high on the list of things that wolves enjoy eating.
Honestly, I thought you were saying it was 60 feet tall, which was out of the way of Mage Hand.
Oh no, the tower is 50. I thought it was almost 60, which is 50 is almost 60, but the basket's actually hanging suspended from the tower.
Okay. Okay, then yeah. He's sending up the key at least towards what was their name again? Sir something?
Pavlor?
Yep.
Tavlor.
Cavlor, Sor Cavlor.
Tavlor, okay.
So Bruben's sending up the key.
Oh, wow.
I have this too there, Joe. Let me
Bruben calls up. Are you able to get to the lock by chance?
Oh, I can't reach it. The cage is too finely woven.
Can everybody see that one or no? Is that dynamically lit? Hold on. Do you see that, Joe?
No, I don't see anything. What am I looking for?
Oh,
tower
I
image.
switched to a different page. Hang on. Yeah, dynamic lighting's off. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like it's at the top of the tower in the image.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be hanging from that balloon versus the other way. You know what I'm saying? Like this is somebody else's creation, but
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's hanging from the
I think the basket. I think the basket's supposed to be hanging from the balloon, and the balloon's caught on top of the tower. But
Well, no, it's the balloon's hanging like the strings
oh, okay.
that hold it, so it's like flipped over that, and then the balloon finished deflating.
Gotcha. But it's hanging basically like 10, 20 feet down, something like that.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, then Bruin's at least sent up the key. Somebody's gonna have to climb.
Okay, I will attempt to climb. Here, I'll put us back on that other map too, real quick.
I give you.
Is there a
What are you wearing for armor there, sir?
Me, I am wearing I'm wearing chain shirt or chainmail.
That ought to be fun.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Climbing in the night. Let's go ahead and move the party to the.
Yeah, chainmail.
We'll go ahead and move to the slanty tower map.
Oh, this map that we're on is here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just bring the characters here and put them on this right side here.
Are you going to need a light?
I should be okay. I hope. Let me make a athletics check.
What about here's where? Yeah.
Oops.
Wonderful.
While they're doing that, can I check for an entrance into this?
Well, this is easy to find entrance. There's a door and stairway up and everything.
Nat 20'd it.
Oh yeah, you're able to climb the rope and get up into the cage, or into the basket, where you see a very fine wrought cage. It's clearly magical. It's so well done. There's a dead bullywog, and there is a small pseudo dragon within the cage. He looks up at you and goes, "Oh, you've come to rescue me. Thank you. I've been trapped for so long."
Of course.
I say, yes. Your friends have led us here to help you out.
Right? So the key's up there. You're up there.
I'll either like if I can have him hand me the key kind of thing, and I'll like unlock it, or I'll kind of guide him toward the where the cage is. One of the two, like whatever
Okay.
works best for this situation.
I would just take the key and use it myself.
Okay.
All right. So you unlock the key, and Sir Tavlor is very happy to be free. Flies down to the ground, and thanks everybody. Um, he offers up the party his sword as a reward, um, which, Super Dragon sword, so it's technically a dagger. So there is a +1 dagger up for grabs for the party at this point.
Before we decide that, we should wait until back, because Quiz has taken.
All right. Just a
Did
second.
you have something you wanted to say, Daniel? It looked like you were raising your hand.
Oh, I just wanted to say I don't need any thanks because we came all the way over here, and you're like, oh, just thank you. And then there's wolves gonna eat us alive. So yeah, thanks a lot. No, thank you.
I
You
would.
still have a dagger to fight him.
I actually would like to ask. I believe when we got here, we asked if you knew anything about Bev Lorna Brightstraw.
Yeah, Blight Straw, yes.
Would you happen to know where she is?
Well, her house is a little spooky cottage on stilts at the heart of Downfall, Bullywog settlement. The Bullywogs of Downfall are quite courteous and welcoming, provided one does not offend them.
I need to go there. She has something of mine that I need to get back.
You might want to be careful. She has the ability to conjure small minions that look like tiny versions of herself. She uses them as spies.
As unnerving as that sounds, I do need. I do need to find her.
Well, he says, I myself must return to the Sealy court and inform the Summer Queen of what has happened here.
I don't know if Quiz would have any questions, so I'm just gonna wait.
The Summer Queen. Please do go on about the Summer Queen.
Well, you'll be quite concerned about what Bav Lorna and her sisters have done.
They've been taking up territory, right?
Well, it's worse than that, I'm afraid. Her and her two sisters, well, they're the Hourglass Coven. They've used an artifact called Iguil's Cauldron. And they've frozen time in Zablina's palace, trapping the Archfey who rules this area within. Allowing them to carve up Zablina's territory as their own. I'm afraid because of this, dark energies are seeping in from beyond.
Should we take 5 until Quinn can get back? Joe?
We could do that. Let's do that.
All right.
It's a wonderful idea.
All right, let's do that. Transition to your back screen.
Right. Right, I'll be right back.
It looks so sleepy.
judging who's doing it.
It's exhausting work. Judging people.
was me. Okay.
All right. We are back. We are back. Hello. All right. We have just freed Senator Tavlar, who is in quite the hurry to return home. He had a brief conversation with the party and flew off. He did, however, leave his magic sword, which is technically a dagger, with the party as a reward for their saving him. He does promise to tell the Summer Queen of their heroic actions. And you have the option to get a or attempt for a long rest within the slanty tower if you so choose.
Did Bourbon want to ask the pseudo dragon anything before it left?
No, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Was there something you wanted to ask and I just missed it? I do that sometimes.
No, I didn't have anything really to ask. It was
Oh,
the whole deal is just we just basically needed to know where to go next, pretty much.
right. Which you now do. Um, so, a long rest then? That's agreed?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm good for a long rest.
Before we settle down for a long rest, I'm gonna start casting a spell.
Okay.
Also, since everyone's
Plotting
here
this
now,
star.
sorry. I was gonna say, since everyone's here now, we can discuss who's gonna get the +1 dagger.
I do not need that.
I'm more of a ranged attacker, so I don't really need it.
I would take it by default if nobody else wants it, but I mean, I don't really. I would be. It would be one of my last stitch. It'd be like a holdout pistol, you know. It'd be the last thing I used, you know.
Right.
All I've got is just.
Well, it's a satyr with like one.
All I've got is just basic weapons anyway, so. And
Yeah.
technically, I only can do knives.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wouldn't it be best for Bruben then?
It's up to you guys. What do you think?
I think it would be good because then at least
I
that
do
gives you an
ranged,
extra.
so I don't really need it.
All right.
I have a spear.
Yeah, it's often very close to the combat situation, so.
Hey, a dagger could also be catapulted.
Plus
Technically
one.
true.
I know Bruben likes to do the catapult spell to effectiveness.
The worst part is that technically the weapon damage doesn't matter on a catapult unless
Right.
Joe says it does. And if it does, I've still technically got that Morning Star, which does more damage regardless.
Well, there is that, but there's also the fact that there's multitudes of creatures in and out of the Feywild that are immune to non-magical attacks. So there's,
Yeah, and from
Who's got to launch a magic item?
right. Much of a magic item. All right.
there is a little school of thought too, like a magic item that if you catapult it, if let's like in this case it only do +1 damage, but I mean, but like let's say it did fire damage also, that
Right.
that it would also do that fire damage and stuff too, like
Well,
right.
that's the reason why I'm saying the catapult spell itself
yeah,
is what causes the damage.
Right.
Like, any additional damage from the weapon that I choose or the item that I choose to shoot, that's up to Joe.
right,
And that's the reason why I'm saying, if that was the case, technically the catapult damage is 3d8 bludgeoning of magical damage from the
Right.
catapult spell itself because it's a magical attack.
gotcha, yeah,
Now, in the case of like the Morning Star or a +1 dagger, that would be that weapon's additional damage count. And that's the reason why I'm saying it's really a DM discretion type of thing.
yeah,
Because, I mean, it's already doing magical damage on its own. Now, whether it does, like, say it's a dagger of flame or a short sword of flame or whatever else, if it does fire damage, then that's more additional damage. So it doesn't make sense, does not make sense.
yeah.
I literally just did the Morning Star because it's freaking hilarious to just imagine all of a sudden a freaking 5-pound cannonball
Yeah.
just
With
launched
those
out of
spikes.
nowhere.
Yeah, with those spikes coming at you.
So, but if that's the case, what Ruben's actually going to do is he's going to be taking the long rest, and you guys will actually get to see him take apart his forearm, trying to remove one of the shivs.
Replace
he's
it with
got.
the +1 dagger.
Well, what it is that the stump at the end of his hand is more or less a cap. So he takes that off, pulls the shiv blade out, puts the +1 dagger in, screws it down into place, +1 shiv. Without damaging the item, obviously. And plus we can remove it, do other things with it if we need to. Harder to disarm, let's say that. I mean, you want to disarm him? Gotta take the whole thing. More or less.
You literally can.
But if you wait
so
long enough, he'll give it to you.
Honestly. Or someone will
if he
try and
likes
take
you
it.
enough, he'll give it to you. If he likes you enough, yeah.
I would give you my left arm. It's not that big a deal.
You have my sword and my axe and my arm. There's a whole new
Alright.
meaning to arms dealing.
So, as I go to sleep, I cast called Guiding Star.
Okay.
So it tells me I'm able to determine the coordinal directions and the
Okay.
direction and distance to stated destination. I cannot
Okay.
become directionally disoriented or lose track of the destination. However,
Okay.
the spell does not reveal the best route to the destination or warn me about deep gorges, flooded rivers, or such and such.
Okay. Very nice. So, what's your destination going to be then?
Downfall.
Downfall. All right. Very good. So, you'll be able to use that in the morning. Then I take it. You cast it before you go to sleep, and then it's good for the day. What?
It's just good for the destination.
Until you get there, though, or is it? It just gives you one shot. Like, I know where it's at right now, but I got to cast it again if I get lost, type of thing.
No, I can't be disoriented. It doesn't tell me the best route to get there or how long it takes.
All right. It just gives you okay. This is where it's at, like a map thing.
General direction.
But how long does the spell last?
It does not say.
What is it? Locate
Can you
object.
put the spell in the chat?
Hold on, let me find.
What spell are you talking about? Locate object.
Oh, it's called Guiding Star.
Oh, okay. Base on ability.
Guiding star.
If you do the
Well, it says duration 8 hours.
okay,
Okay.
yeah, so it lasts 8
I
hours.
guess.
If you
Oh,
is
all right.
if it's
Good.
on your sheet, you
So
can
you-
hit the little chat window thing. It looks like a little word balloon thing on your character sheet, Daniel.
Or are you using?
Yeah, it's not connected to. I'm using different. I'm
Oh,
using
okay.
computer, phone, and tablet. And stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm not using the same thing.
All right, gotcha. All right, so by the time you get up, this will be good for 4 hours. You might have to cast it again if you don't get there on time. Might not. So that works. Anyone else want to do anything? Because you will get a successful rest. Does anyone want to do anything before you leave the slanty tower?
I don't think there's really much to do.
Are we in the tower while we're resting?
Yeah, absolutely, it's the safest place.
Okay. That's
Does that
Unless you
mean-
don't want to.
I'm
Bruben
assuming.
doesn't sleep, obviously, so Bruben's going to be trying to take some of the time, explore what parts of the tower he can, see if there's anything here at all.
The tower was looted long ago.
Still
You can
does.
tell it's occasionally used as a campsite for travelers, but other than that,
I mean, at least in the art that we can see on here, there's like a symbol drawn on the bottom floor. Some sort of glyph or summoning circle looking thing.
but that's just something to make it look cool.
Oh, I see.
Pretty
Ruben's
sure.
going to do a detect magic, one of his spell slots,
Mhm.
before taking a long rest. See if there's anything in the tower itself that gives off an aura of magic.
No. They left this tower intentionally empty for some reason.
Out of
Is there
character,
anything?
I half thought that the.
anything
Sorry,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was saying out of character, I half thought the pseudo dragon was like when he got out of the cage was going to be like turned into a full size dragon.
You're right. Yeah.
That would probably cause issues.
He literally the only reason he's there is to tell you guys to go to downfall. All right, so I'm going to switch to a new map.
What were you going to say, Quinn?
None.
Can you see that?
Which new map did you switch to? Hold on, let me find the player tag thing. Oh, I see it.
Waterlogged battle.
Okay.
Battle.
Waterlogged battlefield.
The waterlogged battlefield.
All
Sound
right.
like my brother Chuck. Like that at all. All right. So after a couple hours of following Sir Hopalot's lead, you come into what looks like an area that might have at one point been a fortress or something. There's clearly a river that goes through it, an old dock, or maybe it was a bridge that had fallen. It looks more like a boat house or a dock or something. But Hopslot tells you that your destination is beyond the ruins on the other side of the river. And you must find your way to get over across this body of water.
I see. It looks like there's a couple like places that look like it might be, easier to get across than others. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a small gap, and this just covers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like, so you just get over this gap, and you can just get across.
That's what I was thinking.
What?
Take that gap, or there's like a. Yeah.
Oh, yes, quite wonderful. I wonder if this water is fresh. Do you want to taste it? I bet you it tastes wonderful. Oh, delicious, delicious fresh water. Oh, I was already drinking it. It's quite refreshing.
Ruben
Is it
picks up a
stagnant
rock
water?
and tries
'Cause that
to
has
see if he
disease.
can
Do you want some?
Ruben picks up a rock and sees about skipping it across the way.
Really? You'd like to skip a rock across the lake? All right. Well, that's like an athletics thing.
All right.
You ain't got to roll nothing. I mean, if you want to see if you do something really sweet and cool, you can roll.
Oh, I know.
Otherwise,
Anything sweet and cool. I have a -1 to my.
I mean, I would just because it's kind of a finesse thing. I would go
Probably
with
do a
sleight of hand
dexterity.
type
Yeah,
one.
you could do a dexterity.
yeah, you
Sleight
can
of
do
hand,
sleight of
maybe.
hand. Yeah.
Well, because like it's
I
not just like a
actually have
toss.
sleight
Like
of
there's finesse to it.
There is. I don't disagree.
12.
You bounce across the water. You find a couple frogs scattering in the process. It comes to rest on a rock in the middle of the water that slowly submerges immediately thereafter. You realize it wasn't a rock, but the shell of a kind of grayish looking turtle. Guess that moves you guys up towards the water.
How big? Was it like a regular sized turtle?
Yeah, just a regular
Okay.
sized turtle. By the water. That's kind of where you roughly said you were going to be, right?
Oh, opposite side.
We still have
Oh
the.
no, yeah, you haven't crossed.
Well, I didn't
So,
know. I thought you when it's fine.
He didn't realize you were on the map already.
Yeah.
oh, oh, you were on the opposite side. I understand. All right. So your goal then is to cross at that thin point there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
All
Maybe
Yeah.
right.
just to be like a little cautious, just like drop like if I can pick up like a pebble or something and drop it in there just to see if there's anything.
Um. Well, you can see that there's things swimming in the water. You know, fish are jumping, and as you come up towards the shore, a snake slithers off into the water and disappears. You know, frogs hop by. Sure, a turtle gets scared. There's a lot of life in this area.
Mhm.
Uh, so that area may be jumpable, but it's pretty deep. You're easily be able to figure out it's fairly deep by dropping the water, and the water's pretty clear, so you can see the rock, sink for a while before it disappears. You don't see it hit the bottom. Um,
Hut.
and the water is fairly fast moving through here. This is um, uh, almost seems like I don't know, like maybe long ago it was artificially enhanced for a waterway.
Hmm.
Irrigation.
There's nothing to worry about, guys. Look. And I take a huge leap all the way over to the other side.
Here, why don't you give me a athletics check
It
to
was
do
my
that?
it was my rabbit hop.
Oh, how far is that? Like 30 feet or
I
something
can move
ridiculous?
10 feet at the moment.
Oop. I'm
A
gonna move
10
up
feet
there.
At
jump?
current level. It
Okay.
says 5 times your proficiency bonus.
It's only like 5 foot jump right there, anyhow. Um, yeah, so the rabbit hops over, no problem.
How big of a distance is it to clear?
5 feet.
Uh, just to be a little careful, I still have that grappling hook,
Okay.
so I'm gonna throw it across just to hold on to make sure that if I do fall, I don't completely lose myself to the current.
See that
All
the.
right. So, yeah, okay.
I'm gonna do this here with the with John's character, the Demimos. I'm gonna do the mirthful leaps thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so whenever he makes a long jump or a high jump, he can add D8 to the number rolled for
Okay.
number of feet you cover. Okay, so
Okay.
so I'm gonna go to there, or have him go to there, I guess, and then let's see, what was it? Athletics check.
Yeah.
He's not great at that, but let's see here. Oh, good
Plus a
thing,
D8.
good thing I was saying, good thing I did that. Come on, something
I
other
mean, we
than
could use
something other than a
acrobatics,
one.
I suppose, too.
There we go. So yeah, so
All right.
14 feet. So he should be able to make
All
it
right.
across there, maybe.
Yeah, he's got it. He's able to get across. That shouldn't be a problem at all.
All right.
Um,
And then he'll move up over here, kind of, and wait.
what about the rest of you, though? I mean, Owen, you're gonna try to leap it, or you?
I'm gonna try
Yeah.
to leave it, but just to make sure that I don't get like lost to the current, I'm gonna use the grappling hook that I made earlier, just to
Right.
hook it into the ground to make sure that if I do get caught in the current, I'm not dragged away.
Okay. Okay.
So
So I'm guessing you're gonna try to find something that's sturdily secured into the ground.
yeah,
Um,
anything around here that I can like hook it to.
why don't we go with a DC 13 perception check to try to find something? Yeah. That old tree stump looks pretty sturdy.
Okay. I mean, I could just try to hook it into the dirt as well.
Yeah. Could attempt that. Um, so I guess athletics or acrobatics?
Uh, acrobatics. 18.
That. So you don't even need the grappling hook. You'd leap it without too much of a problem at all.
I mean, someone else could. I could still hold on to it on my end, and someone could use that end of the rope to try and secure themselves as well when they jump.
That's
What a
wonderful.
wonderful idea. I like that idea.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think that the one I'd be worried about the most would be soil. So I don't know.
What?
Oh, Soil's a great swimmer. I've seen him swim so fast.
I was say the one I'd be worried about the most about getting across is soil, but yeah, I was to say he probably might swim across. Who knows?
The soil's smaller, so smaller legs, harder to jump.
All right. So
I will.
Ellen is across.
Excuse me. I will make an athletics check too, real quick, if that's good. If that is all good. 12. I'm giant.
I don't know what happened there. Stop making your dude big, man.
Sure, it was me.
All I'm doing is trying to grab soil from underneath you, and every time I reach for soil, your dude turns big, and I can't grab soil.
I think I'm still bigger than I'm supposed to be. There we go.
Well, that's a DC 12. I mean, that's not bad. I suppose you make it across.
Splash a little bit of water at the.
I mean, it was a DC 12 roll, or was it 13?
No, it's 12.
I don't remember.
It's 12.
I'm pretty sure it was 12.
All
It was
right.
13. I was just being flattered. All right. So, yeah, we got Bruben left and soil.
Ruben is waiting for soil. Try and make across, see if he needs help.
Soil is frantically pacing at the edge of the water, mumbling something under his breath. You're not really sure what, but he does appear to be somewhat agitated.
Something wrong, Soil.
He looks at you and he goes, "Water too clean. Smell bad."
You think something's up?
And then maybe you just don't like water.
Yeah, he's been in the water.
Oh, is he? Oh, yeah, that's right. He jumped in the or fell in the water.
He's
In
going
the
with this
thing. That's
water.
right.
Do you just not like
Yeah.
water, or is something wrong?
Think you could make the jump?
I'm gonna take my staff and kind of prod the water with it. Does that
I mean,
anything out of the
It's-
ordinary?
pretty clean water.
Okay.
Pretty clean water, and his name is Soil.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be mud.
I just wondered if maybe it was acid or something. Guess it's
No.
that could also keep things really clean, depending.
Well, that would have been bad because Hoptuit drank
No,
some
no.
earlier.
Oh, that's
If it was
true. Yeah, that's true.
No.
Forgot about that.
I assure you, there's only 3 threats here. And when it comes to the water, its only real threat is how fast it's moving.
Master Soil, after you jump over or swim across, because I've seen you swim, you're a pretty good swimmer, you can roll around here on this side of the dirt. This side does look extra dirty.
He looks over at you. Looks like he's contemplating what you're saying.
Is that kind of like the dirt is always dirtier on the other side?
Right, right. Um, and decides that, well, maybe you're right, but he still is going to try to jump this. We will do this right. All right, so he jumps over, runs, jumps, lands on the other side. He can run around in mud.
Quite a good, yeah. I'm a roll with him. This is so much fun.
I've also got my grappling hook still there in case an anchor is needed.
All right, all we got left is our favorite mannequin.
Reuben takes a step over here and decides to take the long jump action.
Oh,
Okay.
Starts at 10 feet away, makes it towards the point needed, and easily makes the jump.
Very
With
good.
long jump rules, you can jump to your strength score. Since it was a
Mhm.
5-foot gap, Reuben only has a 9, so he can make a 9-foot jump.
There you go. There you go. All right. So,
Nice,
Yes,
masterful. I was actually expecting one of your legs to like come apart, like still like, but that was good too. It was nice.
Not everything has to be an extension of imagery.
Oh yes, that is true.
all right. I sort of bring the grappling hook back.
all right.
Should we continue then? I mean, Soil seems to be having fun, but there's more dirt where we're going, probably.
Brannister will say, well, I feel, it is a need for me to make sure everything is safe for, for Master Soil. So I suppose one of us should test the this bridge of sorts, and I will kind of cautiously walk out onto it.
Okay.
Oh
Anyone
my,
go with
you
it?
are so brave. I will follow you. Yes, yes. I
So
want
as
to help.
go up
Reuben
the
reaches
stairs.
out and grabs a hold of Mr. Hobbs to his shoulder for a moment. One at a time for now.
Um,
Yeah.
If the bridge is unstable, then it will only be worse if most people are on it at a time.
your boots click on the steps as you work your way up the stone. The first couple steps upon the bridge seem to echo a little louder than you're prepared for, but it seems sturdy enough.
Okay, then I'll just go ahead and make my way across.
Okay.
And,
Anyone following?
and when I get to like 10, 12 feet or whatever, and like
Okay.
just past the midpoint or whatever,
Mhm.
I'll be like, well, if it seems safe enough, I will say as at least seems safe enough.
Um, a voice from under the bridge goes, "Of course it's safe."
See, you heard them. It's safe. And I start walking across.
Gods!
Hold on. I'm gonna I'm over here near like the edge of the island thing. I'm just gonna like bend down and try to see if there's anything under the bridge.
In the far end is fairly well shadowed, but you can see there's a little bit of land under there, and there's something rather big sitting over there.
Just like gesturing to Ruben. Do you see? I mean, I look back to it. And it's like, hi. Is this your bridge?
Of course, it's my bridge. Whose else bridges would it be?
I mean, bridges are usually owned by the local government, but who really cares about that right now? You said it's safe.
Of course, it's safe. I keep it from falling any further apart. Unlike the archfey who rules this place, useless all of them, I say.
I mean, never mind. I'm just
Also,
gonna go.
also much like the local government.
Okay. So the rest of you crossing the bridge then, or people staying on the side? What do you want to do?
I'd say generally one at a time, but yeah.
Brannister's
Okay.
I would like to cross the bridge over on this side.
You're gonna
I'm
jump
gonna
over
hop
to that.
over that.
Okay.
Yep.
Brannister's
Okay.
muttering something under his breath as he finishes crossing, something along the lines of, "You think something that's like it's all fun and games till the bridges start talking to you."
Well, it's as you're getting to the end of the bridge that you uh, hear something from underneath the bridge start moving around, and a form creeps up from underneath over about here. Um, Rather large creature, um, big, disgusting.
Ooh,
Oh,
boy, really big.
Yeah, yeah,
it's Soil's father.
yeah. He's an attractive one. He's way too big though, of course.
It's a troll bridge.
Um, yeah, and he comes out and he's like, "You won't be crossing my bridge without paying my toll."
Oh, I'm sorry, good sir. Was there a toll? We didn't mean anything by it. What is your price?
Usually tolls are well signposted.
Hmm. I'm signing enough, you see. Gold you'll pay me, or into the water you'll go.
I believe I have a little bit of coin here somewhere. Uh, I pull out a gold coin and I flick it towards him.
Okay. He snatches it out of the air, smells it, just puts it to his nose and just. You sure this is real gold? Not chocolate like the last ones.
Well,
I
I'm sure
hate
the person I
chocolate.
stole it. I mean, the person I relieved it from believed it was real gold, and, and I dig around and start biting another one. Yeah, tastes real to me.
What about the rest of you? Or are you fancying a swim?
Look back at the others. I have some.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I have gold. I'll hand over a gold coin.
All right, all right.
We keep getting into fights. We might as well avoid this one.
Oh, absolutely. That's a wonderful idea. I agree 100%.
I have more gold if people need me to pay for them.
Reuben leans down and puts a gold coin in Soil's hand. To pay the bridge, man.
Soil looks at the coin, looks at you, kind of smiles a little bit. That type of smile that isn't his usual smile, which is really unnerving. This one almost seems genuine. And he does what you can only assume is what Soil considers a skip over to the troll and drops the coin in its hand as he wanders past.
Reuben looks over to Demimos. Are you needing gold as well?
I think Demimos is like, "Oh no, I think I can handle it," and hands the troll a gold as he goes across, and he will kind of go over there too. Like, Brannister is kind of contemplates for a moment, and then he like kind of rolls his eyes and pulls a gold out of his pocket and gives it to the troll. And then as he walks past these two, he says, "Just between you and I think we should have killed it."
We don't need any more fights than we've already gotten into.
All right.
It's just it's fine.
You successfully navigate the troll without any bloodshed and continue on your way.
Ruben just walks across the bridge.
As you get to the ruins of what was at one point a small fortress, you see that there's an area you'd easily enough be able to climb up to that might give you a little bit better perspective of the surrounding lands, as it seems to be a little higher than the tree line in the area.
Oh, this looks like a great vantage point, guys. Isn't it wonderful how the moon just keeps blessing us with this gold, avoiding these fights, and now it gives us a vantage point. It's just... new moons are always so wonderful and full of life.
I
Ruben just walks on
Ruben,
ahead
it's
and
like,
says, "Go ahead, what?"
This is harmless, right?
Ruben just says, "Perhaps. I didn't even pay."
Fair enough.
All the more blessings.
glad,
I didn't seem to notice.
I'm like
Nah.
glad to see he's back to his old chipper self, I guess.
Ruben didn't even get a second look. It's as if he wasn't even there.
I don't know how much Ruben cares.
Not at
I just
all.
didn't have to pay gold.
Ruben was gonna honestly. Ruben was gonna go for the fact of throw me in the river, throw me in the lake, do what you will.
Do it.
Like,
Do it,
for
coward.
you.
All right.
I was actually planning on seeing about engaging in a bet.
So when we get
Like, I will bet you a gold for however many minutes you can hold me underwater without drowning.
If I can go 10 minutes without being drowned, will you give us all
give
of
us
our
all your
back?
gold, give us all your gold back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus the gold you've earned earlier.
Okay.
All your coffers.
So as you're approaching the
Cross bridge, like, don't care.
as you're approaching the ruins, I will take DC 15 perception checks.
Alright.
Will the dice be nice to me for once?
Not tonight, I don't think. You ain't had a lot of luck with them dice. Not on skill checks. Where it's important, it matter though. I mean, like if everyone else would have failed it, you would have passed it. Anyone who succeeds in that will notice that over here, there's a what appears to be a stone well
Yep, I see it. Okay.
with a number of large fireflies went flying over it.
Okay.
And then, of course, up here is the set vantage point that you can take advantage of to see out into the night.
Okay. Let's see. What would Demimos? I think being John's guy, I think he would probably be like, point it out, or at least take note of it that there was those fireflies flying around, and he would say, I'm gonna go check out and see why those fireflies are, hanging around over there. That sort of thing.
Can we take a quick breather? My food is done.
Yep, that sounds good. We'll do a be right back thing again real quick.
All right. I'll give you guys a chat about how you want to handle this particular situation.
now we're back on there.
All right. So you have the well with the fireflies and the ruins of the old keep with the elevated area that you could use to get a sight over the tree line. What would we like to do?
You said that the direction that we were going to find Bevlorna was like past the ruins, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Would I be able to get to the vantage point and look out to try and see if I could specifically find that?
That is a possibility. Anyone else?
I'll go with Elwin.
I'm gonna go with him.
Okay. All right.
And I'll have
So as you pass,
Demimos.
what's that?
I'll have Demimos head over toward the well.
Okay. So as you begin traveling through the ruins up to the stairs that lead to the elevated platform, I will take DC 14 perception checks. For anyone traveling through the ruins here?
My character
That's
sheet not so
60.
weird. Not 20.
Nice.
Elwin will immediately realize that this platform is
Elwin.
absolutely
Yeah,
not
that
part of
one.
the original structure. Yeah, I seen that. That's awful. It's clearly was built after the structure had fallen. Um, the stairs are old and battered, made out of flagstones of the building. The entire thing appears to be just like a dais built out of ruined parts of the old keep. Rubble and fallen leaves make the trek up slightly hazardous. Um, it will require a pair of DC 12 dexterity saving throws to make it to the top of the stairwell without slipping near the top of the dais.
Why are the dice being so mean to me?
If I give him can I give him the help action to
You could help
to
someone.
give him advantage on the? All right, I will help Elwin and give him advantage on the deck saves.
So do I just roll them again? Like both of them?
I got a 4 and an 8.
With advantage, it's still that's like a 16 and a 4. Unless I can count that 9.
All right. Wow. Um, failure results in another check we need required to complete your way up.
Okay, so I will try. I will try to help Mr. Hops to it the second time around.
Okay.
I just didn't see that little rock there. Don't worry. My eyes are still adjusting a little bit. But I believe I'm perfectly capable.
What's happening is you're getting up 2-3 steps, then catching a rock and sliding down 2 or 3 steps.
It's slimy. It's a wee bit slimy.
So as you guys are working your way up, Demonos heads over to the stone well. It's about 10 feet in diameter. And it's maybe 5 feet high. There are 3 large, what first appeared to be fireflies flying over, but as he gets closer, that he realizes that they're not fireflies. They appear to be some form of like orb or something, a little glowing like orb type thing.
Navi.
Okay.
What would he like to do?
That's a good question. Unfortunately, I don't know his character that well. I would think he would uh, try to give them a like peruse them over to where he study them a bit.
Okay.
Try to
Um,
try to see if he can figure out what kind of thing they are or what they're about.
as you get a little closer, you see a burst of water kind of shoots up out of the well, just drops water on the ground around it. Lasts a couple minutes. They seem to kind of swarm around. A few more now appear as they begin. They fly around the basically the fountain of water for a few minutes. And then when the water settles back in, they kind of just go into like a barely floating around the area pattern. You can hear some almost like laughter, maybe like not really laughter, but like little, like imagine you're across the street from a park and there's 8 kids over there just having a good time. It's kind of laughter, little sounds like some people having fun,
Yeah.
type of thing.
Huh. All right. Well,
What
I
would you
think
like
I
to
think
do?
I think he would be like, "Hey guys, get a load of these things,"
Okay.
and
Okay.
he would just kind of stay over there studying them.
So the rest of you are about halfway up this thing. You're stumbling and fighting to get up, and you hear Demios cry out that hey, there's this stuff going on over here. Um, the you get to the top, you can see out over the trees, and it's see over the trees, and you can see that this area is really wet. There's a lot of lakes and rivers in the area. Um, there's a kind of deep, like almost like a channel more than a river that runs through the land a few miles ahead of you. Um, and there's an area in the middle of all this just shrouded in heavy fog. Um, Hops to it and will be absolutely, that's your spot right there. That's your spot. Um, Downfall is in the middle of that cloud of fog. Um, you expect from the looks of it, maybe be able to be there in a day, a little less. If you attempt to travel without rest, maybe even a little quicker than that. The only problem is directly beyond the ruins is a large lake you'll have to either find a way to cross or circumnavigate.
Well, isn't that lucky? Looks like there's a lake. We get to ride another boat. This is so much fun. I'm glad I'm joining you guys on this adventure.
Well, let's hope this. Let's hope this boat ride is smoother than the last one.
Oh, yes, I would hope so. That last one was a little bit scary for a minute, but we made it out okay, didn't we?
In the end, yes. We can only hope that this one's easier.
Ooh,
And
I hope there's apple and cinnamon filling there at the other end too. That would
you
be so
really should
wonderful.
be eating someone else's pie filling.
But it's delicious.
I know, but it is also theft. Especially from someone that we were trying to negotiate with.
Where did Ruben go?
It's only theft if they don't want you to take it, but it was out in the open, so
It they didn't want you to take it. It was
did
out
you
in the
ask
open
them?
because it needed to air out. Cooking it inside would have been a fire hazard.
Perhaps. I'll ask next time.
Please do. Anyways, we know where we're going.
That you do.
Now that we have a direction, can I see where everyone else is? I mean, I can see that everyone's by the well, I assume.
Yeah, there's people over by the well, and the rest of you are still at the top of the soil's kind of hanging out in the. Where soil's at?
I
I
put him. I
lost
put him
soil,
up. I
guys.
put him up by the stairs now, like but where Branister and Elwin are.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, that's a good spot for him.
I fi-
Actually, you guys
I
would
figure.
be
I
way
figure.
up.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say. I figure I would wait at the bottom of the dais or
Actually, you'd be like
whatever.
up
Oh,
this way up here if you
okay.
were going.
Yeah, I figure I would wait down at the bottom, kind of thing, like right.
I
Like
think we're. You know what I think's happening, dude? I think we're both grabbing your character at the same
it
time.
could be, but I think I would wait like down here, so then I can kind of
Okay,
try to help them down too when they come back down.
sounds good. Sounds good. Um, so yeah, you can see a couple more over there by the water, or the well. Who was over by the well? Is that Ruben?
Yep.
All right, Ruben. What do you think of this here situation?
Ruben's just watching at the moment, seeing if anything's going wrong.
They're just kind of doing their thing. It sounds like they're having a really good time. Um, Sometimes one will dip into the water, you know, come back out, light up the inside of the well momentarily. Ruben, why don't you give me a Arcana check?
Can
They look strikingly like something you've heard of called the Will o' the Wisp. However, the Will o' the Wisp is always referred to as being a malicious creature, and these seem to be downright funny, joyous, friendly, maybe even.
Ruben just says to Demimos, I wouldn't touch the water.
He says, what about these things? What should we like try to talk to them?
Usually these things are the heralds that lead you astray, usually with deadly consequences.
Hmm. Oh, they're smart. They're smart. They talk. The firefly, will o' the wisp type things begin kind of agglomerating around the two of you now. You get the impression they're inspecting you.
All right,
As they fly around.
Demimos will pull out his instrument and do like, you know.
Go ahead and give me a performance check.
Would we be able to see this happening from where we are?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna
I mean,
start.
you might not be.
Oh my gosh. Okay, he's got a +5 performance. I roll a 7.
So, Minos pulls out his instrument, starts playing, and immediately realizes it's way out of tune. The jump must have done it.
So instead of dear 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 dear, it's more like dear 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 dear.
Spring.
Out of tune.
This, of course, sends the wisps fleeing at high speed, and they lunge into the water of the well.
I will attempt
Ruben just does a casual look over to see what they're doing in the well.
Ruben, as you peek in, you see that one has like decided to peek back out, and you almost bump into it as you dip your head over the well to look in. And you can, because you're so close, as it stops just inches from your face, you realize you can see there is some kind of form to it. And it is almost like a small fairy of some sort. Um, very luminescent, very childlike, uh, and you, of course, startle it to which she goes, "Oh, I wasn't expecting someone so close."
Ruben just turns, just basically just stops and says, um, have you heard of the hag named Babs?
So the creature visibly starts to shake. This causes the light to kind of shudder a little bit. Is it, like a shaky light in a room or something? And it dives back into the water. You see, like, they all conglomerate together. And then one of them comes back to the surface, comes up out of the water and goes, "We don't speak of her here. Evil, just evil."
Hmm. Very well. Ruben just kind of backs up.
Goes, the little thing zooms up next to Ruben and goes, "You're not friends with that thing, are you?"
Not yet. Not enemies either.
Mm. Her fault it's all like this. Beautiful flowers everywhere, music on the breeze. Now it's just fog and rain. The sun hardly ever shines.
Not enough victims.
Victims.
Yes. It is.
Oh,
Uh,
you've got us confused with will-o'-the-wisps.
Ah.
We're just well fairies.
Well, fairies. Really?
Yes, cousins to
And
the sprites.
so you're telling me that your fairies is to just play about in wells?
That's what we do.
Then what is your purpose?
Well, we keep the wells from clogging, which they do a lot more now that them hags have taken over the land.
But the issue is that wells don't clog. They simply
Hmm.
fill. Or they dry
Oh.
out.
Not these wells. These are wells to the swamp.
Wells to the what?
A swamp.
No, I WAMP?
What it says.
Okay, I'm trying to make sure from
Wells to the
from my
womp.
DM that I'm hearing the word right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It said swamp.
Wells to the womp. I suppose that you're guarding something down there, correct?
No. We just make sure that they don't clog plant matter, dead animals, rocks.
Why would dead animals be caught in a well?
Well, some things live in the water, and when they die, they're dead. And they're animals, so there's dead animals.
I see. Well, as I said, don't touch the water. Have we found any sort of means to progress? We found our path, correct?
We know where we're going.
Demimo says, "What is the womp?"
The swamp is the lake below that feeds the wells.
Groundwater.
I guess. Before the hags took over, the wells would shoot great fountains of fresh water up into the sky. Keep the land from drying out. But now, sometimes they just overflow and flood the whole realm.
Underwater reservoirs overflowing. It's not unheard of, but I don't. Never mind.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so
Demimos just kind of follows Bruben and Elwyn to wherever they're headed at this point, and Bannister will kind of fall in line behind Soil and them, kind of thing. And Demimos will probably
You
just
head
kind of
towards the
shake
light?
his head, wondering like, what in the world is the Womp? You know,
It just seems like a groundwater
it's
reservoir.
like plane to the water elemental, or plane to the dimensional portal to the elemental plane of water.
Well, we'll
I
never find out.
I was actually I was actually thinking about that. I was actually, if John were here, I wonder if he would. But anyway, I won't do that with his character. So
Well, they clearly don't like the hat. So, I mean, there's that.
yeah, yeah.
Could we turn that to our advantage? Because, I mean, we kind of don't like the hag either.
I was just wondering if the well might be a fast travel way to get to where we're going.
I
I mean,
guess
you know,
it's
that's
just
sort of out of game metagame type of thing. But
I'm sitting here thinking, yes, it could be a fast travel. We get there and Bruben steps out of the well and has to fish out a bunch of corpses.
get there extra fast, but also extra dead,
Yeah.
extra drowned.
God, I love not having to breathe.
Well,
All right, so I guess we head on our way.
okay.
Where we're going.
All right. So, you
Well, John's like, get in the well! Get in the well! Why did
Right.
you go to the well?
so you um
Campaign derailed. We didn't put ourselves in mortal danger.
um you head towards the lake through the forest, I guess.
Yep, pretty much.
About a half an hour, 45 minutes worth of travel time brings you to the edge of the lake. The trees come right up to the edge. This lake is, like I said, is rather large. You can see in the distance the fog that through the trees that is where oh my god, drawing a blank.
Downfall?
Downfall would be.
Excuse me.
You don't see any sign of a boat here, although it does appear that if you head to the east, you would have your quickest route around the lake and towards your destination.
Well, then, we follow along the east side of the lake, everyone?
Yeah,
Sure.
let's go.
Yeah.
Seems like the fastest way.
Doesn't take you long to find a small game trail that continues on the way. It's sometimes right up on the edge of the lake, sometimes a little bit further back. You see rabbits, you see squirrels, you see deer, you see other things, but this area mostly seems to be, average, friendly forest life. No wolves, no angry hornets type of situation. Um,
No bugbears.
So we
No
stepped into a
bugbears.
Disney movie.
Almost, yeah, almost. If there was a few more flowers and some of them were singing, I'd say absolutely.
Which is actually
that's-
strangely possible in the Feywild.
It is. It is. It is. 45 minutes, half an hour, maybe, of following this trail. leads you to a little fork in the trail. One end goes directly down towards the lake's edge and seems to follow the lake shore for a while. The other one heads a little deeper into the forest, but you can smell wood smoke coming from that direction. Um, and you think you see a cabin down there.
Ooh, I wonder if they have pie filling. I'm gonna go check it out while you guys wait here. Or do you guys want to come with me? I mean, we are on an adventure. It'd be nice to go and check it out.
Let me ask you this question, Mr. Hobstewart.
Yeah.
Why go down this path and settle for a singular possible pie? When we head to the town, there could be multiple pies, different flavors and varieties.
Have you ever been to Downville?
No, I haven't.
They're not the kind of people I think that have pies.
Mud
What do
pies,
they
maybe.
have then?
Do people in singular cabins in the woods on average have pies? They don't.
Well, the old lady did inside the cavern. So I imagine everybody has just a stewed pot outside.
Something tells me she wasn't willingly sharing that one, though.
And why leave it outside?
Because it would be a fire hazard to cook inside.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to burn down our stone cave.
What I mean.
I see a kitty. Meow. It's
Yeah.
gone. Oh, meow.
Ruben's just like, I don't even eat pie, so I would much prefer to see this town.
Well, the party has two choices here. We have one party member who wants to go to the cabin, second party member who wants to head directly to the town.
Let's say it this way: we have one party member who wants to pursue the possibility of pie, and the other one who definitely wants to avoid the extremely sketchy child murderer's cabin in the woods.
Yeah, I vote to go to the town as the he. We count as 2 votes, I promise. We're separate.
Hold on,
yes,
hold on, hold on.
Vote.
Hold on. Bruben implies that this is a child murderer's cabin because he knows about child murderer's cabins.
Well, let's take a singular look. Who usually has a cabin in the woods? Is it usually someone who doesn't wish to be...
I mean,
Is it somebody who wants to have a lot of visitors, or somebody who wants to be left alone?
I mean, maybe
As someone-
Ruben kills indiscriminately.
Or it might be someone that has lots of mines, like gold mines or diamond mines, and then they're dwarves, and then they live together, and then a princess comes along. Oh, that would be so wonderful, and then she could make us pies.
As someone whose first horror short story was about a murder cabin, we are not going to the murder cabin.
Like, in case you haven't realized, you are among the only 2 who could actually do something if we get into trouble.
Brannister kneels down before Soil and says, "These guys can't seem to make up our minds. Please, Great One, tell us which way we should go. Lead us with your scarf of leadership, and tell us which way that deems you best we go."
It's like, you do know the last I checked, he doesn't like pies in particular. He likes other things, particularly things that were still alive.
Things that were still alive seconds before.
Ah,
So Soil gets a very thoughtful look upon his face. He looks down one path and looks down the other. Looks down one path and looks down the other. He scratches his chin, sticks his finger in his ear, twists it around, grabs a scarf, wraps it around his neck one more time, and starts trudging off towards the lake.
is
The
that
lake?
toward the town?
Yes.
Okay,
There's a lake
I
path
thought so.
before the
Yeah, I
town.
was gonna say. All right,
Okay. Town it is.
All right.
Then.
I say the mantle of leadership has spoken.
Owen just looks to Boom and is like, I mean, it's where we wanted to go anyways.
Honestly, I do regard that even Soil can have some sort of instinct and sense towards these types of things.
True.
He did say that there was something wrong with the lake, and his instincts were actually spot on. So, I do tend to defer to Soil's instinct as well.
I mean, as unnerving as he can be.
Bannister
Hasn't been long
says,
yet.
Bannister says, "Come on, buddy. The little one has said that there are more pies in the city."
Pies,
It,
I'm gonna
sure.
put an arm over each one of them and say, "Ha! The adventure continues then."
Okay.
Just like,
The short walk down the path um, leads you to the lake's edge. And this time you're kind of on a little outcropping where you can see two different sides of the lake. Like there's a little peninsula you've wandered out onto, um, where the path goes up, then comes back around and back down for some reason instead of cutting straight across and skipping the peninsula for some unknown reason. Maybe because the dead, but he had to go by the cabin. But hey, um, but as you get to the tip of the peninsula, you see in the opposite side the way you're going that there's a number of small fishing boats on the lake. Three is the number to be exact. Um, None of them are close enough to, directly see who's in them or anything like that. You can just see figures on the lake fishing. Um, and as you come around the bend on the path of the peninsula, you see that it'll take you past a group of small docks. Um, and near the docks, the road also splits again. Excuse me. One path following the lakeshore and another one wandering off into the forest. As you draw closer to the docks, you start to hear the buzzing of dragonflies, croaking of bullfrogs. Um, Not that you haven't been hearing these things before, but as you get closer to the docks, it starts getting loud. Um, when you get to the docks themselves, there is a small boy sitting at the edge of the dock, at the very end, dangling his feet in the water, frog in one hand, petting it, and just kind of kicking in the water. Doesn't seem to notice you.
I'm gonna run up to the little kid and then sit down next to him and flap my feet in the water also. But I'm gonna do it really fast.
I almost let my intrusive thoughts win.
Kick the child off the dock.
Yeah. Anyone else
My-
going on the dock?
I had a similar reaction. It was just gonna be soil sick him. To the child.
like,
Oh.
like soil,
Yeah.
it's a bugbear. Look, a little one.
All right, so hops to it. You run out. The child looks over his shoulder. The frog jumps out of his hand into the water as you're running up. Plop down really hard on the dock, which causes it to bob in the water a little bit. Your feet hit the water. The water is very cold, but you immediately begin splashing. To which the child is now giving you a look of like, what are you doing? Like he's truly shocked and maybe even a little annoyed at your presence.
No, we never would be like. Wasn't
This
the
is great
water
fun.
dangerous? Is this water dangerous too?
Took me all day to catch that frog.
I looked at soil and was like, "Is this water dangerous like the last thing?"
Oh, sniffs around for a minute. This lake.
Okay, it's probably safe then.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that your pet frog? I can help you catch another one. Well, maybe the moon can help us catch one. Have you heard of the moon?
Have you heard of our Lord and Savior, the moon?
Have you heard of
Honk if you love the moon.
He didn't say, "Have you heard of our Lord and Savior the Moon?" He
I know.
said, "Have you heard?"
I know.
Of the moon.
I know, but it's.
Excuse me, but have you ever looked up at?
Have you heard of the moon?
You'd be surprised how many people do not.
There's just
I
a
don't
danger.
think I would-
Yeah, when the moon is out.
We live in a cave.
Yeah, he tells you his mother doesn't allow his family out when the moon is up. Says it's dangerous.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing. I can protect you. Would you like to see it?
Stranger danger.
I think we need to get off of this particular subject because it's sounding like something very wrong. Very
If you
wrong.
want some candy, get in my unmarked van. That's the vibe. That is the vibe.
I'm not trying to be mean to you, Daniel, but God, we might need to
Have
retcon some of
do you want to see my lucky rabbit's foot?
No.
Oh god.
Depends what world you're from.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Hey little kid, you want some pie filling?
I do not share pie.
I know that religious beliefs like to indoctrinate children, but I think you're doing it in a way that has a certain implication.
You live on an island, mister?
Oh man.
Crawl out from under a rock.
oh, wow, I did not expect my night to go this way.
Sorry, I can't help myself. Oh lord.
Oh.
So, would you allow a retcon on some of that?
Do you want to retcon some of that?
I think the rabbit's just creepy anyhow, so.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, fair.
Now, mind you.
Joy, Michael. It's joy in Michael.
You know, I said the intrusive thoughts almost went by taking the child into play. I think it would have been a better thought to have done that, honestly, at this point.
It still would have been quick.
I can't help myself. I tend to speak those intrusive thoughts out loud.
Oh.
Oh lordy.
What are you talking about? It's fun. You should go out at night. I can protect you.
Don't worry. Just don't listen to your parents. Go out at night in the dark.
Ever heard of Peter Pan? It doesn't end well for the kids.
Everyone there. You can trust me, a random stranger who sat next to you on the dock out of nowhere.
And scared your pet frog away.
In secret.
Right.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to communicate with the child any further?
I'm done.
I believe we will leave it at that. Is there a boat nearby?
The only boat you steer is the out on the lake.
Anyways.
Are there houses nearby?
No. Nothing that you can see. I mean, you can still smell wood smoke, though.
Is it still off to the east, kind of?
Well, it's kind of to your south now a little bit, because you've moved up
Okay, we moved around the edge of the lake. Okay.
Reuben speaks up and just says, "Is he bothering you, by any chance?"
It's kind of weird, and he scared my frog away.
I do apologize for that.
We'll make sure he leaves you alone now. Let's do it.
But we have to go find another frog.
What does this boy look like?
Little toe-headed kid, too many freckles, slightly sunburnt.
Is he like a human?
Yeah, he's absolutely
okay.
human.
Okay. I didn't know if he was. I didn't know if he was an elf. I didn't know how many humans lived in the Feywild. So you know.
It's a little toe-headed child. You mean his head is a human toe?
That means it's very blonde.
He's the foot
I
equivalent.
know
of
what
a
it
dumb
means.
dog.
I'm from the south too.
He's Opie.
He,
He's Opie from.
he is the foot equivalent of the Thumb Thumbs from Spy Kids.
No. Oh gosh. Anyway.
I was thinking he's
Anyway.
Opie from the Andy Griffith Show.
Almost.
Yeah, that's a good reference. That's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah.
Ruben just says, if we follow this path, would it take us into the town of Downfell?
Well, eventually, but it's kind of a long walk.
Which way does your parents usually go? Which path do your parents usually take?
Father takes the boat across the lake and picks up the path on the other side.
Is there a boat we can use nearby?
Well, all the boats are out on the lake already, but I built a raft.
I don't know if it would
Oh,
be
boy.
appropriate for us to take a child's raft.
Well, mother says I can't use it. She says it's much too dangerous for me to be on the lake in a raft. So, I mean, I'd let you use it.
Can I start looking around to see if there's any frogs nearby?
Give me a DC 15 perception check.
Ruben then says, whereabout is your raft? If you you don't mind.
He hops up, wanders down the dock, down the path a little bit, pushes some bushes aside, and it's a fairly decent built raft. Big enough for maybe 10 people. Like, this kid built a big raft. And, I mean, it's all made out of fallen lumber. It's held together with rope. But it looks pretty sturdy. He has a long pole that he has sitting next to it, probably 12, 15 feet long. Just a really long, stick that he's kind of whittled down into a pole. Says the lake's not that deep. You just push your way across.
Is there a particular place that would be best to leave it at on the other side for you?
By the docks over there anywhere would be fine.
Wonderful.
Could it even carry all of us?
Is it just?
Oh, yeah.
Brannister says, is it just me, or is anyone else creeped out by this kid now a little bit more so than the rabbit?
I think it's just you.
At this point, not terribly so. not terribly so.
Yeah, I think the kid's fine.
You might want to beware of leeches, though.
We've dealt with leeches before. I'm sure we can handle it again.
Some
Ruben
big-
just says, fortunately, I never have to deal with leeches.
So he informs you that there's some other large leeches that live towards the center of the lake. And that you should be careful of them. But other than that, he offers up the raft.
Bruin says, thank you. And he fishes out into his pocket and thumbs a gold piece.
All right. Okay, very nice. All right, I think we should call it here. It's almost 10 o'clock. I have to work in the
Alright.
morning. We can pick up with the raft trip across the lake. And I guarantee you that you'll find Downfall next session.
Daniel, having any luck finding frogs? Any Mr. Hopsfield having any luck finding frogs?
No, I forgot to pay attention to his roll. No.
I didn't find a frog, so I grabbed a stick and like some seaweed or some grass, and I wrapped it around, and I tossed it to the kid. Here's one, thank you, and I jump on the raft.
Ruben's just like, I am so sorry, Fred.
Brannister just looks like this, like,
Have you ever seen a frog before?
welcome to the Feywild.
Hopefully we won't trouble you again. I and you will find your wrath on the other side. If all goes well. Hopefully
Yeah,
that
just
gold
be
piece
beware of them leeches.
hopefully that gold piece would be tied with would be.
All right, so we will be back tomorrow for the No Good Deed session at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be back with this Wilder Beyond the Witchlight in 2 weeks. That's the
Can't
plan.
wait.
That's the plan, anyway, right?
That's the
Yep.
plan.
If it
All
works.
right, awesome.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Take care.
Let me go to this thing.